Tim Ferriss on mastering fear to unlock creativity. Are you tired of holding back your creative potential because of fear? Tim Ferriss, the mastermind behind the infamous 4-hour workweek, has spent years unraveling the intricate web of fear and its impact on our ability to innovate and create. In his latest book, The 4-Hour Chef, Ferriss delves into how mastering fear can unlock the door to creativity. But what exactly does he mean by this? Let me tell you this, it's more than just a fancy buzzword. It's a practical strategy that can transform your life and career. Tim Ferriss believes that fear is not merely an obstacle but a fundamental part of the human condition. He explains that it's the fear of failure, of judgment, and of being exposed that often stifles our creativity. But he doesn't just preach about fear. He dives deep into how we can master it. Here's something you should know. Tim Ferriss has been through some serious fear-inducing situations himself. From quitting his job at 27 to starting a business from scratch, he's walked the talk when it comes to overcoming fear. So let me take you through the journey of mastering fear, as outlined by Tim Ferriss, and how it can unlock your creative potential. Understanding fear. Fear, as Tim Ferriss describes it, is a natural response to uncertainty and discomfort. It's a survival mechanism designed to keep us safe, but too much of it can paralyze us. You might be wondering, how do I know if my fear is stopping me from being creative? Here's a simple test. Whenever you feel stuck creatively, ask yourself, is there a fear component here? Often, the answer is yes. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of being judged by others, these fears can be crippling. The first step, acknowledgement. The first step in mastering fear is acknowledging it. Recognize that fear exists and is a normal part of the human experience. Tim Ferriss emphasizes that denial won't help. You need to face your fears head-on. He uses the analogy of a marathon runner who acknowledges the pain and discomfort during training. Only then can they push past their limits. Here's a personal anecdote to illustrate this point. When I started writing this script, I was terrified of making mistakes. I feared being critiqued and embarrassed. But I knew that if I wanted to improve, I had to acknowledge my fear and work through it. Developing resilience. Resilience is the key to overcoming fear. Tim Ferriss suggests building resilience through deliberate practice and small wins. He talks about how he used to train his mind and body to push through physical discomfort by pushing himself harder each day. This mental toughness translates to creativity as well. By consistently pushing boundaries, even when it feels scary, you build the resilience needed to tackle new challenges. Learning from failure. Failure is inevitable, and Tim Ferriss sees it as an opportunity for growth. He recounts a time when he failed miserably at a startup. Instead of giving up, he analyzed what went wrong, learned from the experience, and pivoted. This resilience paid off, leading to his success in other ventures. Here's a lesson you can apply. Next time you fail, don't dwell on the negative. Reflect on what you can learn from the experience. This mindset shift can transform failure into a stepping stone towards greater creativity. Cultivating curiosity. Curiosity is another crucial aspect of overcoming fear. Tim Ferriss advocates for embracing curiosity over comfort. He shares how he used to be afraid of trying new things, but now he actively seeks out new experiences to fuel his creativity. When you're curious, you're open to exploring different ideas and perspectives. This openness can lead to groundbreaking innovations. For instance, imagine if Thomas Edison hadn't been curious about improving light bulbs. He might not have invented the electric light. Cultivate a curious mind and watch how it transforms your creativity. Embracing vulnerability. Vulnerability is often associated with fear, but Tim Ferriss argues that vulnerability is essential for creativity. He explains that vulnerability allows you to connect with others on a deeper level, fostering collaboration and innovation. By sharing your thoughts and ideas openly, you invite feedback and constructive criticism, which can refine your creativity. Consider this. Steve Jobs was famously known for his willingness to embrace vulnerability. He didn't shy away from admitting mistakes or seeking input from others. His openness led to some of Apple's most successful products. Creating a supportive environment. Building a supportive environment around you is vital for overcoming fear. Tim Ferriss emphasizes the importance of having a community of like-minded individuals who encourage and challenge you. Surround yourself with people who believe in your potential and are willing to support you through thick and thin. Think of it as a team effort where everyone contributes to the collective goal of overcoming fear. Personally, I've found that having a mentor or a group of peers who share similar goals has been incredibly motivating. Their encouragement helps me stay focused and resilient during challenging times. Overcoming self-doubt. Self-doubt is another formidable foe when it comes to unleashing creativity. Tim Ferriss advises against letting self-doubt consume you. Instead, he suggests setting realistic goals and celebrating small victories along the way. By breaking down larger tasks into manageable steps, you reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. For example, instead of thinking, "I need to write a novel," break it down into smaller sections like, "I need to write 1 page today." This approach not only makes the task less daunting, but also provides tangible progress to celebrate. Cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness is a powerful tool in managing fear and enhancing creativity. Tim Ferriss introduces the concept of mindfulness meditation, which helps calm the mind and increase focus. By practicing mindfulness, you develop a clearer sense of purpose and direction. It's akin to tuning your instrument before playing. When your mind is clear and focused, you're better equipped to generate creative ideas. Personally, I find that taking a few minutes each day to meditate helps me clear my mind and approach problems with fresh eyes. Mastering fear through practice. Lastly, Tim Ferriss emphasizes the power of deliberate practice in mastering fear. He recommends finding activities that challenge you but are still within your capabilities. By consistently pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, you build the courage to face future fears. Imagine a pianist who practices scales daily to improve their technique. Similarly, you can practice facing your fears through small, manageable tasks. Over time, you'll notice a significant improvement in your ability to handle uncertainty. In the end, mastering fear is not about eliminating it entirely. It's about learning to navigate through it effectively. As Tim Ferriss so eloquently puts it, fear is a friend that shows up just when you need to be brave. By acknowledging your fears, developing resilience, learning from failure, cultivating curiosity, embracing vulnerability, creating a supportive environment, overcoming self-doubt, cultivating mindfulness, and practicing deliberately, you can unlock your full creative potential. Remember, the journey to mastering fear is ongoing. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to adapt, but the rewards are immense. A life filled with creative endeavors, personal growth, and meaningful connections. So take the first step today. Acknowledge your fears, embrace them, and let them guide you towards becoming the best version of yourself. Your creativity awaits.